Hello everybody, this is Michelle Fox and welcome back to The Simple Quilter. As always, I'm glad to be here today filming this video for you. Today's topic is the Log Cabin Trim Tool 2. As if you recall in my previous videos, I talked about organizing my quilt room and organizing my scraps and using my scraps. So I purchased this trim tool to help me when I was using up my scraps. I've cut a lot of my scraps up into 2.5-inch strips, and I've used those strips and this new tool to make the blocks behind me. Now the blocks are just in random order right now because I don't have all of them made, but I did want to show you I've made over 20 or 30 of these blocks. They're quick and easy to do, and I really do enjoy using this ruler. I like the accuracy that it brings to the log cabin block, and I like the speed at which I can make each block. Okay, so here is the ruler, and again it's called the Non-Slip Log Cabin Trim Tool 2, made by Creative Grids. And here's the ruler. I don't know how well you can see that. I purchased this through the Fat Quarter Shop, but you can purchase it at your local quilt shop maybe, or you can definitely order it from Amazon or your other favorite online quilt shop. Okay, now this ruler makes 2 different sized blocks, and there are 3 different blocks that this ruler makes. So this is just the original log cabin block. It's made in the 6-inch finished and the 12-inch finished size. It makes the courthouse steps, which I do believe is my favorite of the 3 blocks that it makes, again in the 6-inch finished and the 12-inch finished. I really enjoy the courthouse steps, and I'm going to make a quilt using my scraps, using the blue, the red, and the cream. I think that will be a beautiful quilt. And again, I really did enjoy making this block. Now the third block, is a half log cabin, and you can see it in the 6-inch finished and the 12-inch finished. Now this was not my favorite block, so I don't plan to make a quilt using this, but I did want to show you all the patterns that it made and the different sizes. So it's really a versatile ruler. You can make 6 different blocks, of course 3 blocks being done in 2 different sizes, but it offers a nice variety. Okay, so I want to get started showing you how to use this ruler. Now the instructions tell you to start with a 3.5-inch square. Now you need to cut this accurately. This needs to be precisely done because this is your foundation piece. This is the basis. Now the instructions say to cut it a little bit larger and then sew it on. And then you keep doing that all the way around. But I wanted to be able to chain sew these pieces, so I cut my pieces the size that they needed to be. I wanted the back to look as good as the front, so I didn't do it quite like the instructions said by using this longer piece. So let me show you how I did it. Okay, I just cut my first 2.5-inch strip 3.5 inches and sewed that on. All right, then you rotate that a turn. And you add your next strip. Then you rotate that another turn. And you add your first dark. And then you rotate it one more turn and you add your second dark strip. Now after you've added your first 2 darks and your first 2 lights, it's time to trim. And this is where the easy part comes in. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a series of boxes here. And we're just going to line our square, our middle 3.5-inch square up with the first square, and we are going to cut up and over. You don't have to have a rotating mat. All those blocks I made up on the wall behind me I did without using this, and then I saw this on the counter and I thought, well, why not use that? So then you just go up and across, okay? And there is your first block. Okay, then you just take your second block, your same block that you've trimmed. You're going to add another light, another dark, and another dark. Then once you've added 2 lights and 2 darks, it's time to trim the block up again, and this time you're going to use the second square. There's your first one, here's your second one. Going to line that up good there, and you're going to cut up and across. Oops, I needed to close that up. Going to pivot that around. Using that second square again. Line it up really good. And I'm just going to go up and across. All right. There's your next block. So there's that block. So there's that trim. Now you're going to add another light. Your second light. These are actually your last ones that you'll add. Your last dark and your last dark. And once you've sewed those on and press them, and I do press after the addition of each strip. Then your block is ready to trim for the final time. You're just going to line it up with the middle. Go up and across. Rotate it. Uh-oh, I moved my ruler a little bit, so I'm going to line that up again. I bumped it when I turned it. Okay, then you're just going to go up and across. And there is your final block. I just love how nice they look, and I especially love that they are all the same size. The accuracy is really nice. Okay, the next thing I want to show you a little comparison. All right, now in my UFOs, I ran across this tub of log cabin squares that have not been assembled yet into a quilt, and I just wanted to show you the difference. This one, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this one is not near as accurate looking as this one. And I have to say, I'm way more excited to put this one together than this one together, because just by looking at the block, I can tell I'm going to have to trim them down, and they're not going to go together near as nicely as these. So I really do like the accuracy. I wanted to show you one more comparison. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I recently used the new Courthouse Foundation paper piecing that has just recently been released by the Fat Quarter Shop. This whole piece was done using that, and I just wanted to show you the comparison. Now, this piecing is really, really accurate, but I have to say, this done using the Log Cabin Trim Tool 2 is also very, very nice. And this took me a lot less time than using the paper foundation technique. So I do prefer the Log Cabin Trim Tool 2 to using these paper foundation pieces, simply because it looks pretty accurate. Probably not quite as accurate as this, but this is done much quicker. And I do like that. And I'm okay with the accuracy here because it looks good, as you can see in the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you make these blocks, I hope you have as much fun making them as I have. I'm excited to finish up the blue blocks, put those up on my design wall. And then I'm also going to make some brown blocks also. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. And then, as always, please leave a comment. Now, my next video is going to be about using the Block Lock Flying Geese specialty rulers. And the reason I want to show you that is I'm very hopeful these blocks are going to, I'm very hopeful these new rulers that I bought are going to help me with my accuracy in making flying geese. So I'll be learning to use those blocks this week, and I'll be showing you the outcome of that. And until next time, have fun quilting.